Hey, welcome to another great day of Women's Premier League Nationals. I'm Gift Tommy Bailu here with Katie Worst, setting up for this first game, DC Furies versus New York Rugby Club. New York has already kicked off, getting it out to the Furies. Furies passing it out to the fly half getting it out to the center, cutting inside, taking it down, opening it into open field, still breaking tackles and taking down just before the 50-meter mark. Scrum half taking it out, and we have a little sloppy ball. And we have penalty and knock-on against the Furies. New York will be taking the scrum advantage at the 45-meter mark.
Gift, that's Sam Pankey getting off to a really early start. Great go forward ball movement. If you're just turning in, we've got New York Rugby Club to the right of your screen in the white. DC Furies to the left in the navy blue and yellow.
This is for the 7th and 8th place match for this game. New York Rugby setting up. Scrum has been engaged, and scrum half has it in. Ball is out. Taking it out to number 10, McCarthy. McCarthy getting it out to the center and is taken down immediately. Furies get the setting up, and we have a penalty. Furies backing up, starting early with a couple penalties. New York trying to take advantage. McCarthy setting up for the kick into touch.
McCarthy been such a dangerous kicker yesterday all day. Picked that ball cleanly up off the ground, did well to handle a difficult pass.
Setting up at the touch line, just about the 40-meter. It is a beautiful 45 degrees out here in Life University. New York gets the ball out, and we have a not straight throw ball. It will be a scrum advantage to the Furies. Setting up, number 9, Emily Smith for the Furies will be putting the ball in.
Smith played for Lafayette College here and also former member of the Atlanta Harlequins. As we mentioned, a number of crossover athletes from different teams here.
Have a little bit of a push, improper pushing, resetting that scrum. Both teams amped and excited to be able to play. Scrum has been engaged.
New York getting a bit of an edge on that push.
Getting it out to the center. Center kicks the ball off. Recovered at the 50 by number 15, Sophia Shapiro. And out into touch just before the 50-meter inside Fury territory. Furies will be taking the line out.
You see Sam Pankey there picking up the ball. She's a 6-time capped Eagle and a 2014 World Cup reserve. I'm sure the Furies will be looking to take on her level of experience.
Ellen Danford setting up for the throw-in for the line out and recovered by the Furies. Ball is taken out to number 6, taking it out to number 7, Cynthia Wright. Wright is taken down at the 50. Ball's taken out to the fly half, cut back inside to Joycelyn Richards. And we have a forward pass. It will be New York's ball just before that 50-meter mark, staying strong inside Fury territory.
That's Misha Chacon just a little bit ahead of that pass, but really brilliant decision by the Furies to switch fields. Caught the New York defense a little bit off. Had some space to go. Work on the timing of that pass, and they'll be away. See Blair stationed for New York, getting ready to put the ball in.
And ball is in. New York gets the ball out. Number 10, Mary McCarthy, and is taking it out to the outside, trying to open up field. Furies trying to make a push, make another defensive stance. Yesterday, they were very strong within that. We have a penalty against the Furies. Third penalty of the day for the Furies. It's going to be New York as they set up to kick for touch.
Good defensive pressure there by the Furies. Just a little bit undisciplined around the breakdown.
And the ball is kicked out to the 22.
Fantastic territorial gain there off the boot of Mary McCarthy. Solid position for New York here.
Jamie Nelson setting up to throw the ball in for the lineout. And ball is intercepted by the Furies. Furies taking it down, mauling it down the field, giving themselves a little bit of space. Furies get it out to the outside and kick the ball, setting up positioning. It is being chased down by number 11, Jessica Berry for New York. New York trying to take it to the outside, give some open room, cutting back inside. Using a little bit of that open field by Sophia Shapiro. Shapiro's taken down immediately at the 44. Ball's passed out and hit at contact. A little sloppy ball there, and that is Nicole Humphrey being taken down. Furies trying to set up the ruck, trying to do a counter ruck. New York able to maintain. Ball's taken out to the outside. A little bit of a push by number 3, Skylar Neal. Skylar Neal is taken down. New York gets it out. A little sloppy ball by McCarthy, but it goes backwards. Still in play. Furies trying to take advantage. Counter ruck by New York. New York maintaining possession. Picked up by number 8, Tiffany Fahy.
Great go forward ball by Fahy there.
And New York is still trying to crash. Give a little wear down for the DC Furies. Ball's taken to the outside. Little stiff arm. This is number 5, Lacey Higgins. And we have a penalty against the Furies. 4th one for the day. New York at their 44-meter mark.
Some relentless defensive pressure there by the Furies. A little unfortunate to pick up the penalty.
McCarthy gets the ball out, and the ball stays in touch and is just picked up by the Furies. It will be a knock-on by number 11, Katie Stewart.
Sure, Stewart would like to have that one back. It's been kind of the story of this tournament is just the glare off the sun coming in. But also the story involves just the defensive pressure from each team here at the WPL makes it very difficult to handle those high balls.
As they're setting up, trying to get themselves a little settled. You have to make sure that your front rows are good to go. Blair Station is setting up to put the ball in for New York inside Fury territory.
Yeah, the cross from the sideline, urging on the blue machine. New York always known for a really potent scrum.
Station gets the ball in, and a big hit on number 12, Caitlin Ruggiero.
Just a slamming tackle there from Sam Pankey.
She's slowly getting up. Looks like we're taking a little bit of a minute. Let her catch her breath. It's a tough game out there regardless.
We'll go here to see the replay of that tackle quick. We'll come back, join the action.
Furies putting the ball in, number 9, Emily Smith. Ball's taken out to the outside and kicked. A short kick taken out to touch just before the 50-meter mark. It'll be New York's ball for the lineout. Blair setting up to throw in. I'm sorry.
You saw Emily Smith take that wide angle to receive the ball off the back of the scrum. Did well to relieve some of that pressure coming from the defense.
J.B. Nelson setting to throw the ball in for the lineout. And New York recovers. And the ball is dropped. Furies are on top of the ball, and they have recovered the dropped ball. It's going to be a penalty advantage to the Furies. First penalty against New York for the day. Coming from the side. Number 10, Lauren Rode, will be kicking for the Furies into touch.
The hero of that last interchange was Chichone there, just jumped on the ball right away. Capitalized on a little bit of a bobble by New York.
And the ball is kicked at the New York 44-meter.
Here we see that replay of that tackle. Sam Pankey just putting her shoulder in, sticking her hard.
New York has recovered the Furies lineout. It is interception, and Furies are taken down. That is number 6, Autumn Newhart. Station trying to set up, get the ball out. Ball's out to McCarthy. McCarthy gets the ball back out to the inside center and taken back to McCarthy. McCarthy's getting some open field, breaks a tackle, is taken into Furies territory, and is taken down just outside the 44-meter mark. It's going to be a penalty against the Furies, against the New York, holding the ball in the ruck. This will be the second penalty of the day for New York.
McCarthy unfortunate there, just outrun her support just a little bit. Did really good work to give and go. Found the gap and took it. Good field position here for the Furies.
Emily Smith setting to take the ball in. Furies crash the ball immediately going into New York territory. That's number 4, Joanne Bader. Smith is getting the ball out to Rode. Rode taking it out to the center, and it is kicked. Number 13, Hunter Grindle is going in, and ball is still recovered by the Furies. Furies maintaining possession, taken out to number 7, Cynthia Wright. Wright is still on her feet and is taken down just about the 22-meter mark. Smith gets the ball out to Rode. Rode getting it out to the outside, opening it up space, taken back inside to Rode. She is taken down just outside the 22-meter line. Smith trying to use these forwards, break some space in. That is Wright trying to open up a little bit for the Furies. And we have another penalty against New York.
Furies, excellent ball movement, really spreading the field as much as they can, forcing New York to scramble and make those tackles. Good effort on their part to stick them.
Rhodes setting up to kick the ball into touch, giving themselves a little bit better of an advantage.
Rhoda, former Princeton grad. She's a 2-time All-American and academic All-American as well. Got a number of well-rounded athletes here at this tournament.
Furies will be getting the ball just about the 15-meter mark. Setting up for the throw-in for the line-out. And Furies just lose the ball in the line-out. It is New York ball. Station gets the ball out to her forwards, and we have a little bit of push, still on her feet, trying to set up the maul, and we have a knock-on against the Furies. From the line-out, it will be New York ball. Come on, New York! We can see on the replay, New York's taken down.
See McCarthy charging upfield again, just support just a half second late. Good on the Furies for making sure to get there and contest the ball.
Both teams setting up for the scrum as Station prepares to put the ball in for New York. And we have a huge turnaround. Furies recover the ball in the ruck, in the scrum. Smith gets the ball and is taken out into touch. It will be New York's ball again at the 22-meter mark.
Just fabulous counter shove there by the Furies. Excellent work on the scrum.
New York setting up. Number 2, Jamie Nelson. And New York recovers, and we have a not straight ball. It will be a Fury ball for the scrum at the just about the 20-meter mark.
You saw Nelson just making the effort to kind of rub off the ball. There's a little bit of dew on the ground here, makes it a bit slippery, maybe accounting for some of the early knock-ons and not straight calls we've had.
And scrum has been set, and Smith gets the ball in. And we have a broken scrum. Looks like we have the ball not thrown in straight, not put in straight. We'll have a re-scrum.
We've had a great scrummaging back and forth contest so far. New York looking to get that early shove.
Furies are overloading the right side of the field with their backs. And the scrum is set. Smith gets ball is taken out to number 12, Pankey Smith, Sam Pankey, and taken down. Smith gets the ball from the ruck, and we have a counter ruck by New York and a penalty advantage to the Furies coming from the side.
Station working to just tie up that ball, give her team just a couple of extra seconds to get back and get in good defensive position. Furies indicating they want to go for the points. Good decision at this point.
Get the points in early. Road will be setting up to kick the ball through.
When you have such a potent kicking weapon like Rhodes, she's been just on it all weekend.
Setting up this lead. It'll be right down the middle, if possible. Ball's kicked. And first points of the day have been made. Furies up 3-0 in the 23rd minute of this game. Both teams setting up for the kickoff.
Rhodes used to pressure situations like that. She's a 2013 World Games of Russia experienced player. Part of the USA Collegiate Sevens program. See McCarthy set to take the kick.
And the kick has been made. Furies knocked the ball on. It is recovered by New York, but we will be taking the scrum at the just about the 35-meter mark, just outside the 44-meter inside Furies territory. Blair trying to set up so New York can put the ball in for this scrum. We have one back to the right side for New York and an overload on the left. New York gets the ball in, and Blair gets it out to McCarthy. McCarthy getting it inside to Humphrey. Humphrey is taken down and attempts to try and get on her feet, but is taken down. It's out to number 8, Fahy. Fahy crashing it through, a little bit of a spin. Blair gets it out to number 4, Lee. Lee is taken down immediately. Station gets it out to number 15, Shapiro. Shapiro takes it out to number 14, Rosalind. Rosalind is taken down inside, deep inside Fury territory, just about the 22-meter mark. Using the forwards to crash inside, start wearing down that Fury's defense. Station gets the ball out to McCarthy. McCarthy taking it in and is passed back. McCarthy's taken down immediately at the 22-meter mark. New York trying to get it to the outside, open up this field as they get it out to Humphrey. Humphrey is still on her feet and is taken down.
Humphrey always potent with that leg drive. Just moving through, gaining extra meters for this New York side.
Station setting up, and we have a big hit by the Furies, and it is an offsides by the Furies. Another penalty advantage for New York.
Solid opportunity. We'll see if New York can capitalize.
New York gets the ball just about the 5-meter mark, about the 10-meter mark for inside Fury's territory. Setting up for the line out. Nelson will be looking to throw the ball in for New York.
If you're just tuning in at home here, it's the 2014 Fly Emirates USA Rugby WPL National Championship Series. New York takes the line out in cleanly.
As they're setting up for the maul. Ball is being set up for Station. Maul is being pushed. New York is trying to get the little bit in, trying to use that to set themselves up. And we have the first try of the day. New York is able to use the maul, power of the forwards, to get inside and score the first try for the day. New York is up 5-3 in the 20th minute of this match, in the 20th minute of this match.
A lot of excited faces there in the New York squad. They really worked and earned that try, drove it through. Here we'll see in the replay, just a nice, solid platform for that throw. A lot of communication going on, Station hanging on to it, just directing traffic at the back. Really just a team effort there.
As we're setting up for McCarthy for the conversion. And the conversion is no good. New York will maintain the lead 5-3 halfway through this first half.
Credit to McCarthy for kicking it to touch, setting up that line out for that beautiful driving maul.
Furies will be setting up for the kickoff. Lauren Rhodes getting her team ready.
You see Furies just looking to regroup right here after just a solid team effort by New York on the last try scored.
Kick is made. And a little confusion by New York on the recovery, but they still managed to keep the ball. That is kept by Naomi Brindle. New York trying to crash it through with Adria Orr. Picked up by their 8-man, Fahy. Fahy is taken down by the Furies just outside the 44 inside New York territory. We have a scrum advantage looking to go to New York. New York is still on their feet and is taken down just at the 44. Station gets the ball out, trying to open up space for New York. Station gets the ball out. Ball's taken out and kicked.
Brilliant kick by McCarthy into space.
And just almost recovered by New York. And there's a jump. And New York looks like they still are maintaining possession, trying to use a strong ruck. And we have a pickup. Ball is picked up by number 15, Sophia Shapiro. Shapiro is taken down inside Fury's territory. Blair gets the ball out, using the forwards, crashing it down inside to number 3, Skylar Neal. Neal taken down immediately. Blair gets the ball out to number 10, McCarthy. McCarthy cutting it back inside to her outside center. Ball's taken out to number 12, Caitlin Ruggiero. Blair gets it out to McCarthy. McCarthy, a little confusion there for New York. New York picks up the ball on the mix-up, taking it around the edge of the field. That is number 11, Jessica Berry. Berry is taken down just before the 50-meter mark. Station gets the ball out to number 4, Lee. Lee gets it out to her winger, and we have a penalty.
New York doing so well to string together a series of phases, a great deal of ball position at this stage. A lot of composure under this DC Furies pressure.
McCarthy trying to set up for touch, give themselves a little bit of spacing and advantage for this next phase. And McCarthy gets it out just about the 44, just before the 44-meter mark inside Fury's territory.
We saw just a little bit of frustration creep in on that last penalty call, just reached over the ruck. Good setup here for New York.
New York recovers the ball on the line out, pass out to Fahy. Fahy gets some open space, still on her feet, and is taken down. Station gets the ball out to McCarthy. McCarthy getting it out to Ruggiero, and Ruggiero is trying to crash it through. And we have another penalty against the Furies.
Both Fahy and Ruggiero just so difficult to take down. A great leg drive. Humphrey in that group as well. They're drawing in 2 to 3 DC defenders.
And ball is not made out into touch. Furies recover the ball deep inside their territory. Smith trying to kick the ball off, and it is recovered by New York. Skylar Neal gets the ball, taken back inside to Nicole Humphrey. Humphrey is taken down deep inside the 22-meter mark. Number 4, Allison Lee, is able to hold on to the ball as she is trying to help set up the maul, and we have a penalty against the Furies. It'll be penalty advantage for New York.
Furies just scrambling to try to figure out how they can break up this great series of phases that New York has been able to put together.
New York is going to be looking to go 4 points. Continue to try and solidify this lead in this first half of the game. Still have 14 minutes remaining in this game, in this half.
Solid decision to elect to make use of the kicking prowess of Mary McCarthy, who's been on point all weekend.
Both teams getting set.
McCarthy sets up for the kick.
And kick is made. New York goes up 8-3 in this first half. Both teams setting up for the kickoff. Furies are going to look to see if they can still make some points before the half is up. There's plenty of time remaining.
Take a look at the replay of that kick. Spot on effort there by McCarthy. Solid decision to take the points when they're afforded to him. Furies just a bit of frustration, a little undisciplined around the breakdown.
And Furies get the ball off. And, oh, just recovered by New York in a close one. That is Allison Lee with the clutch catch. New York gets the ball off. Fahy still crashing through, using those strong shoulders and legs to get through. Station gets the ball out to McCarthy. McCarthy getting the ball out to Ruggiero on the big hit, but New York is still managing to maintain possession, and it will be a knock-on advantage to New York.
Just some intense defensive launch off there to force the knock-on.
Both these teams know that they want this game, and they are playing just like they want it. This is good old-fashioned, classic, hardcore rugby happening here. And the scrum is engaged. Station gets the ball in. And Fahy picks the ball on the 8-man pickup, getting it out to Station. Station loses the ball. It is picked up by number 11, Jessica Berry. Looks like number 7, Adrian Orr, was able to recover as well. Ball's passed out to the forwards, and New York manages to still maintain possession. Ball's taken out. Little cut back by McCarthy. McCarthy breaking tackles, and it is taken out to Fahy. Fahy getting it out to Berry. Berry taking around the corner, trying to open up some space, is still on her feet and is taken down just before the 44. Station gets the ball out to Neal. Neal getting the ball out to Lee. Lee is taken down, and we have a penalty advantage to the Furies, holding the ball inside the ruck. Furies are going to take the advantage, trying to use it to get some closer positioning as they kick into touch.
Furies doing well to maintain possession on attack.
And Rhodes gets the ball inside the 22 in New York territory.
About to see this big hit here.
The great
the
clutch
kickoff.
catch by Lee. Furies recover the line out and go into a maul, trying to do a little push and get it out. Smith is being held and loses the ball in the maul. It is New York ball as they get it out. It is taken in by Ruggiero. Ruggiero is still on her feet, a maul being set up. These teams trying to give themselves a little power move as they close out this half. Still on their feet, and we have an advantage to the Furies. That maul was stood up.
Nice defensive effort there by the Furies to get their hands in and around the ball. Saw a number of New York players having to try to commit to keep the ball moving forward. They weren't able to do so. Good stop there by DC.
Furies with the scrum advantage. Smith setting up to put the ball in. We have an overload of backs for the Furies on the outside. Ball straight out. Furies still maintain coverage by number 7, Cynthia Wright. Cynthia Wright still trying to hold on as she's taken down. Smith gets the ball out to her backers, a little sloppy ball as it is recovered by number 11, Katie Stewart. Stewart is taken down. Smith gets the ball out to number 3, Misha Shishan. New York is putting on a strong defensive effort. Furies are still taken down, being pushed back a little with a little counter ruck by New York. Smith is able to get the ball out to number 8, Jamie Abarelli. Abarelli is taken down just before the 44 inside New York territory. Smith gets the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes taking it out to number 12, Sam Pankey. Furies are using the outside, trying to open up space for themselves. Ball's taken into number 5. Cut deep inside by Cynthia Wright. Wright still on her feet, pass off to the forwards. Furies are looking to keep crashing down. Rhodes takes it in herself, passes off to number 8, Jamie Abarelli. Abarelli still on her feet inside the 22-meter mark. Ball's passed out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the ball out to Stewart. Stewart cuts it back in, breaks the tackle, is taken down just before the try line. Smith trying to clean up a little bit to get the ball on the ruck. Passed out to number 8, Abarelli. Abarelli taking it down, and it's picked up by Furies forwards. And we have a penalty advantage to the Furies. Diving into the ruck by New York.
We see fantastic ball movement there by the Furies so far, able to stretch that New York defense pretty wide.
Furies trying to decide whether to take points or go for the try. Looks like they will be taking the ball. Smith passes out to number 4, Joanne Bader. Bader crashes inside, is taken down just before the try line.
Bader, the 2013 Women's National League Player of the Year. Fantastic effort.
Big cut in by number 12, Sam Pankey, and Pankey scores the try for the Furies. Furies going up, tying the score 8-8 before the conversion. Great play by Sam Pankey on the cutback.
DC Furies' effort, just patience really has been rewarded. Bader took the ball forward. Nice effort to draw on the defense. Created some gaps for Pankey to just scamper through. Nice work by the DC Furies.
Rhodes setting up for the conversion.
You see Bader getting a bit of medical attention off to the side. Rhodes lining up for the kick.
And kick is good. Furies take the lead 10-8 with 6 minutes remaining in the half. Gotta love some great footwork by Pankey, taking it inside, breaking the tackle, and getting in there for the try. That was a great effort by the inside center.
It's a great little stutter step to count that out. Then Pankey's so explosive, able to burst through, see the gap, good field vision. Excellent job for her DC side.
New York kicks the ball off. It is almost batted back by New York, and it goes into almost into touch. It looks like it'll still be Fury's ball. Smith gets the ball out, trying to open up space. Nothing but space for the backers. Furies pass out, trying to set up the outside, and a tackle disrupting the transition for the Furies. It's going to be a knock-on And scrum advantage for New York inside Furies territory. 5 minutes remaining in this match.
The difference here really has been just their ability to quick get the ball out. A lot of great distribution decisions made here by the Furies, able to open the field up.
Station setting up for the put in for the scrum. Scrum is set and ball's put in. We got an 8-man pickup. Fahy taking it out to Station. Station getting out to Ruggiero. Ruggiero trying to break a tackle and is taken down just about the 44. Ball's passed out to McCarthy. McCarthy gets it out to Humphrey. And we got a little bit of a messy ball going on out there, but it is recovered by New York. Number 14, Lisa Roslin. Roslin's taken down. Station gets the ball out to Lee. Lee still taken down, back in the original position. It's out to McCarthy. McCarthy cuts inside. Still on her feet, stiff arm, and is taken down, still back about the 44. It looks like we have a little confusion, though. Fahy is able to recover the ball. Ball's taken out to number 14, Lisa Roslin. Lisa Roslin trying to take the edge. Big stiff arm by Roslin, and a pass off to number 15, Sophia Shapiro, but it is knocked on by New York.
Roslin's showing some excellent pace there on the wing. Really making good of a little bit of a miscue situation for New York. Able to make something out of nothing.
Looks like we have an injury on the field. Furies player is being removed. Furies have the line out as they decide to take the line out over the scrum. Number 3, Misha Shishan gets the ball out for the Furies, and Furies take the ball in just about the 44. Smith gets the ball out, and Furies kick. Setting up for positioning. Looks like it is recovered by number 15, Sophia Shapiro, but not in time as it goes into touch deep inside New York territory, just about the 22-meter mark.
Rowe just again clinical in her kick placement. Excellent territorial gain for the Furies.
Looks like it is going to be a line-out advantage as it bounced off of New York hands. Furies recover the ball. Pass out from Smith. Smith tries to get the ball out to her forward, and it is knocked on. It will be New York scrum advantage.
Unfortunate bounce of the ball there for DC Furies. Pretty critical scrum coming up here for New York. Take a look at this fend here by Roslin. Nice effort there to step. Good support by New York.
So we reset this scrum for this New York scrum.
Station to put the ball in for New York.
Scrum is engaged. And Station gets the ball in.
Good shove there by DC.
And Fahy tries to get the ball out. Station gets it out, attempting to get it out to Barry. Looks like we're going to have a penalty advantage to New York. New York's number 10, McCarthy, setting up to kick the ball into touch. And ball goes out into touch just before the 50-meter mark inside New York territory.
With about a minute left, good decision there by McCarthy. Just wind down this clock, go into position to be a couple of points ahead.
And New York bumbles the ball. It looks like the Furies are trying to recover it, and they recover the knock-on, but it will be a scrum advantage to the Furies on the initial knock-on of the line-out. Inside New York territory, 30 seconds remaining on the clock.
You saw Ree Clark there in on the ball, one of 2 Elon University graduates. for this DC Fury side.
Smith gets the ball in for the Furies. Gets the ball out, a little disrupted by Station, and another disruption. Smith is just able to recover the ball. Great defense by New York. Smith is taken down. Furies trying to set up the ruck, and they are able to, crashing down. Smith gets the ball out, and ball is kicked. Shapiro recovers the ball for New York. Looks like we have some good defensive coverage. And number 14, Rosalind for New York is hit. Ball is taken out to number 3, Neal. Neal still maintains possession of the ball. Taken out to Nelson. Nelson crashing, using a little bit of that power to open up some space. New York trying to get it out to the outside, getting it out to Rosalind. Rosalind getting some speed and momentum for her as she takes it into Fury's territory. Ball is passed out to McCarthy, or is attempted to. Picked up by Ruggiero for New York, taken down just before the 50 inside New York territory. Ball taken out to McCarthy. McCarthy kicks the ball off, and it is taken into recovery by number 15 for the Furies. Furies maintaining possession as they are trying to hold inside their territory, and we have a penalty advantage for the Furies, not rolling away by New York.
Clock has extended. We're into injury time here.
And that will be half. What have you seen in this game that you felt has been good for both of these teams?
Just as we've seen, we've got two great number 10s that have just been clinical in their kicking game, really using the field. Right here we see Station just being collected here. This was just that fantastic driving maul that we had. New York got early on the board. Really great momentum gain for them. You see they really worked hard for that try. McCarthy being true to the boot. Furies, as we said, just picked up a nice, great little clinical step there by Sampanki. And this Rosalind getting that nice breakaway. Upfield, fantastic fend off, supports there. So GIF so far, we've seen a number of just really great efforts by both sides. It's great, a defensive game, but defensively, they're really going up and launching hard, not giving much time for the attacking teams. So what they've been able to do is just spread the field wide, and New York in particular has had just a little bit more of an effort, and that's where they're on top at this current moment.
Excellent. So we'll be back after this halftime. You guys take some rest because this is going to be a great game coming back. And welcome back to the second half of the DC Furies versus the New York Rugby Club. My name is Gift Time Ebelu, and I'm here with Katie Worst. We are setting up for the second half. And Katie, what have you seen so far, and what do you think will happen leading into this second half?
I think we've just had a really close-knit contest here for both New York and DC. They've just been changing hands in terms of momentum. You saw New York really kind of going off that high of scoring that driving maul in, and DC countered well and has been doing a great job to kind of switch fields and spread out the defense. So it's really, we're just in for a treat in this second half.
Fury setting up for the kick. Rhodes kicks off. New York recovering. And Fury's trying to do a little bit to recover the ball on that second half. It'll be a knock-on by the Furies. New York recovering. This is a great contest so far.
If you're watching at home, you can join the conversation on Twitter. It's hashtag WPL Rugby. Hashtag Women's Rugby, or W Rugby as well.
And we have a little misstep inside the scrum. Trying to get some of the confusion for Blair Station and the rest of the scrumming forwards.
Gift, we have really just been treated to some high-level women's rugby here. If you're interested as well, There's International Women's Rugby returning to Atlanta March 14th and 15th. You can get your tickets for sale today. It will be at Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw State. Go to usarugby.org/Atlanta7s to purchase, and there's additional information.
Nicole Humphreys going down for New York. Station trying to get the ball out of the ruck. Ball's passed out to Fahy. Fahy trying to stiff arm and is taken down. New York setting up for the ruck. McCarthy trying to cut it back inside. And she is taken down. Station picks up the ball for New York. Ball's passed out to Ruggiero. Ruggiero passes down into Neal. Neal's taken down immediately by the Furies on a big hit. Ruggiero passing back to McCarthy, trying to open up field for New York. McCarthy trying to open up field, and ball is dropped into touch. It will be Furies ball just outside the 50-meter mark for inside Furies territory. Great play by McCarthy, trying to open up field and give herself some distance, just outrunning the support just by a little bit. Looks like we have a slight injury on the field for New York.
You mentioned McCarthy's decision-making skills. Just fantastic choice to just hold on to the ball. DC Furies defender didn't really commit to her, and she just went right through the gap, gained a number of extra meters for the Furies. You see a close-up there of the Furies just kind of talking that over. What was the miscue defensively? Take another look at McCarthy right here. Good little evasive step. Beat one defender, fend off a second.
Looks like Furies are setting up for the lineout. And lineout has been recovered by the Furies. Smith gets it out. Getting it out to number 6, Bethany Baker. Baker looking to crash it in and crossing the 50-meter mark inside New York territory. Still on her feet, trying to drop down, and ball's out. Smith gets the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the ball out to Stewart. Stewart taking it out to the winger. Barry gets the ball and is taken down just near the 44-meter mark. And we have a penalty advantage for the Furies, not rolling away by New York. Furies will be looking to get kick for touch, getting them a little bit better positioning in this second half.
You saw Pankey making the effort to possibly go quick. Elected instead to go off the boot of Road. Good territorial gain.
And ball is taken just midway between the 22 and the 44, going about the 30-meter mark. It'll be a throw-in for a line-out for the Furies. And Furies lose the ball in the line-out. Station trying to recover the ball, but knocks the ball on the immediate grab. It will be a scrum advantage going to the Furies.
Furies wasted no time to get the ball in. Thought they would pull New York off a bit. Station took her eyes off it. Slight knock on there.
We have a full backfield for the Furies, set to the left side of the field, trying to set up the overload. And ball is in. And we have a collapsed scrum. It's going to be a Furies ball on the penalty. Smith gets the ball out, trying to open field, getting it out to Rhodes. Rhodes is hit by Lee. Lee takes her down, and Smith is able to get the ball out. Ball's taken out to number 7, Cynthia Wright. Wright is trying to use a little stiff arm and put down. Ball's taken out to number 13. 13 gets it out to number 15, Maggie Olney. Smith getting the ball out on the ruck. Ball's passed out to the forwards. Cut back inside by number 2, Ellen Danford. Ball's passed out to Rhodes. Rhodes hit big as she gets the ball out to Joanne Bader. Bader takes it down closer to the tri-zone line. Ball's passed out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the ball out to the center, using the outside to open up space. Smith gets the ball out to number 20, Rihanna Clark. And Clark gets the ball in for the first score of the second half. Great play by the Furies as they cut it inside, opening up a little bit of possession, trying to widen out the field and taking pure advantage of the play, of the weakness in the New York defense.
The Furies just fantastic ball movement was rewarded. A good team effort there too.
Score is the score is 13-8 going into the conversion. Rhodes trying to set up.
Take a look at this replay of that try. Just great charging run there by Ree Clark.
And the kick is good. The Furies go up 15-8. We have a substitution. Number 16, Megan Foster coming in for Misha Shishan. Great play by Shishan all day. New York setting up for the kick. And the ball is not quite 10 meters. Furies tying this game up 15-15. Smith, a little bit of a mishap on the scrum.
We've had some great scrum battles throughout this whole weekend. This one's no different.
Not getting those scrums set. You have to keep still whenever you are inside the scrums. Ball is not going to go in and play will not be able to continue. It is safety measures and equal play for both teams.
Smith about to put the ball in for the DC Furies.
And ball's in. Furies get the ball. A little mishap on the pass. Number 15, Maggie Olney, taking a big hit and still staying on her feet as she tries to set the ball for the ruck. Smith gets the ball out to number 5, Cohen. Price. Price getting it out to number 7, right, using those feet to push the pile. Ball's passed out to number 13, Rachel Grindling. And we have a little kick by Rhodes, but recovered by number 12, Sam Pankey. Pankey getting it inside New York territory. Still on her feet, using that strength to show them that she is not one to play with. Number 16, Megan Foster getting the ball for the first time in this game as she's taken down just before the 22. Ball's passed out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the ball out to Hunter Grindley. Grindley gets the ball out to, still maintaining possession of the ball. She's taken down just outside the 44 inside New York territory. Smith trying to dig the ball out as she gets the ball out to Pankey. Pankey takes the ball out to her center, and it looks like New York has stolen the ball into ruck, but it is going to be a penalty against New York. Pankey using the quick to get the ball out, trying to take possession, gets the ball out to number 6, Bethany Baker. Baker taken down immediately. Ball is picked up by Smith. Smith gets the ball out to number 2, Ellen Danford. Danford gets it out to the backer, and backer tripped up as she still maintains possession, and ruck is formed. And we have a penalty against the New York Rugby Club as the Furies will be maintaining possession of this ball.
Pankey electing to just push the tempo of the game, probably much like she did as a former college basketball player at East Carolina University. She made the crossover, as many athletes do. Eventually found herself being capped 6 times by the Eagles.
Rhodes attempts to kick the ball into touch, and it just goes just outside the try line, just about the 2-meter mark. Great kick by Rhodes. Gotta love the tough play by the Furies, not willing to give up on the ball.
Nice distribution there.
Furies setting up to get the ball in the line out. Furies recover the ball, a little fight in the line out, and maul is being formed. And it goes into ruck. Smith getting the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes cutting it back inside. It is and tackled immediately, still on her feet, and is taken down as she is trying to prevent a strip. We have a penalty against the New York, and it will be a not releasing the tackler.
You see more efforts by the DC Furies to just push the tempo, trying to see if they could catch New York on the back foot.
Furies are setting up to crash the ball in with their forwards. Ball's passed out to number 1, Jocelyn Richards. Ball's taken out by number 16, Megan Foster. Foster taken down just at the try line. Smith tries to pass it out, and it is picked up by Richards again, trying to crash it through, utilizing a little misdirection, and we have a held-up play by the New York Rugby Club as they hold up the Furies a try. It'll be a 5-meter scrum for the Furies.
So take a look and see some New York fans cheering their team on, urging them to play some solid defense.
Furies. And the Furies get the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes still on her feet, breaking the tackle, cutting it back inside, giving it back into where the forwards are, keeping it where the power is. Ball's passed out to to Pankey. Pankey gets it in for the score, for her second score of the day. Great shiftiness by the center.
Pankey just showing her high level of international experience, really helping here. Also just a definite supreme athlete here for this DC Furies team.
Pankey is showing everything that it means to be a furious Fury in this game as Rhodes is setting up for the conversion. Bingo. There we go. And the ball is through. It is 22-10. Furies up on New York.
We saw early substitution for Jamie Nelson coming off for this New York side. It's a fantastic addition. This is actually your
New York trying to do the quick kickoff, and it does not go quite 10. It'll be a 50-meter scrum for the Furies.
Nelson, it's their last match here for New York. Quality players contributed a lot over the years for this team.
Smith setting up for Smith setting up, and Smith gets the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes kicking the ball off for positioning. New York trying to chase the ball in. It is being chased down by number 20, Rihanna Clark for the Fury. And we have a penalty holding the ball in the ruck by New York. It will be Fury's ball inside the 22-meter line for inside New York territory.
Clark did well to get over the ball quickly, try to draw the attention to the referees. She's hanging on too long. Support was just a little lax there for New York.
Looks like Furies are going to be going for points. Rhodes trying to set up, get the tee out.
Yeah, great hustle play by Clark there. Get an opportunity to put more points on the board for DC.
This game is hugely important for both teams. Whoever loses this match is going to have to play for stay in the WPL. Whoever loses in this will have to play the top team in Division I Women's, and that will determine if they are able to remain for next year. So both these teams are literally playing for their spot in this league. Rhodes gets the ball through, putting it up 25-10. Furies over New York. Both teams trying to rush to get the kickoff, not wanting to allow themselves to get thrown by another quick kick like before.
Rhodes doing her part to make sure that the DC Furies avoid that relegation process.
Furies recover the ball. Cynthia Wright crashing between players and is taken down. Ruck has been formed. Smith getting the ball out, and a little bit of an issue, but still maintaining possession of the ball at the 22 for the Furies. Smith gets the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes kicking the ball out for positioning as number 11, Jessica Berry for New York, trying to take it the length of the field. And a big hit by number 12, Sam Pankey, as New York loses the ball, but gets it in their 50-meter mark. No, Fury recovered the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets it out to Wright. Wright is taken down just inside the 50 inside Fury territory.
Wright, another crossover athlete, former softball player at University of Pennsylvania.
Smith trying to cut it around and is taken down immediately. And both teams trying to fight for that ruck. Control of the ruck. And we have a penalty against New York. Furies will get the ball. A little rough 'em, tough 'em inside that ruck.
Looks like Rhodes will elect to kick again. Good decision. Better field position here, relieve some pressure.
And ball goes into touch just about the 30-meter mark. Furies up on New York, 27-8. Again, trying to fight for their place in the WPL for next year.
A lot of movement there on that lineup by the Furies.
Furies get the ball out. Smith recovering, gets the ball out to number 6, Bethany Baker. Baker still on her feet and is taken down for the ruck. Smith is able to get the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the ball out to Wright. Wright dummying it and taking it out to number 15, Maggie Olney. Olney breaking tackles into open field, still on her feet, still holding up to 15 and her number mate, and is taken down inside the 22. Smith trying to get the ball out. Ball is passed out to number 2, Danford. Danford loses the ball a little bit, and a New York kick is able to get the ball a little bit out of possession. It is going to be a penalty against Furies offsides on that kick. New York will be able to kick the ball into touch. Looks like Mary McCarthy will be attempting to kick the ball into touch.
Sharp little hack forward there by McCarthy.
Ball goes out just outside the 50-meter mark inside Furies territory.
Again. Nice little dummy switch there by Pankey. Great little fullback battle there by both teams.
Sarah Jones for New York will be throwing in for the lineout. And New York recovers. 22.
Great little back cut in by Ruggiero there.
Ruggiero been using power all day, trying to set up the plays. Ball's passed out back inside to Jones. Jones is taken down at the 44. Picked up by Fahy. Fahy is taken down. Using these fours to wear down this DC Furies defense.
Fahy just been a force all day to break the gain line against the Furies defense.
And the Furies recovered a ball on the poor transition as they get it out. Rhodes getting it out to right taking it out to Honor Grindley, and it is a forward pass from Pankey to Grindley. It'll be New York ball at the just outside the 44, just inside the 44, inside Furies territory.
Forward pass, just a product really of not as much depth with that quick transition of the ball. Furies doing so well to just recycle the ball quickly, get the ball out. Just a little bit of a miscue in terms of them being slightly forward.
Great scrum happening. If you're just tuning in, this is the DC Furies going against the New York Rugby Club for the 7th and 8th place part of this league. My name is Gift Time. I'm here with Katie Wurst. New York taking it down in the scrum, trying to pass it out. Again, getting it out to number 10, then number 4, Allison Lee. And we have a penalty against the New York. Furies will be recovering the ball. Offsides for New York. I'm sorry, coming from the side for New York.
If you're enjoying this high-level women's rugby here and would like to come back to the Atlanta region on March 14th and 15th at 5th Third Bank Stadium, Kennesaw State University, the tickets go on sale for the IRB International Women's Sevens. You can go to usarugby.org/Atlanta Sevens for purchasing tickets. Find out all the details you need.
Looks like we have a little bit of a water break happening here. Lauren Rhodes setting up to kick the ball out into touch. Ball is kicked and goes out to touch at just before the 44-meter inside New York territory. It looks like we have a little bit of a substitution happening in. We have number 19 and 18, Ellen Trammell and Caitlin O'Dwyer coming in for the Furies, and another substitution. Number 7, Adria Orr for substituting out for New York. Looks like we have a little bit of a mishap on the lineout. Furies getting some great play by their forwards today. Furies recovered a ball on the line out. And, it goes to New York. New York passing it out. And we have an almost big hit on number 13, Humphrey. New York still maintaining possession of the ball as it is recovered by number 15, Sophia Shapiro. Shapiro is able to get the ball down, and New York maintaining possession. Fahy's crashing the ball, getting it over the 44-meter mark for New York. A little bit of a turnaround for New York scrum half as she's taken down, and ruck has been formed. We have forward crashing. New York looks like they are trying to just wear down this tough DC Furies defense. New York kicks the ball off. It is recovered by the Furies. We have a fend off by number 15, Maggie only taken down just before the 50-meter mark. Another forward crash by the Furies. Smith getting the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes kicking the ball deep, trying to set up positioning as Jessica Berry and Sophia Shapiro trying to recover the ball, and the ball is taken out into touch at inside the 22-meter mark inside New York territory.
Ball slipped off the boot of Shapiro there a bit. Think she would have wanted to get some more length. Likely due to Rhodes just banging those kicks all day long in position, constantly making that back three just work for it.
Fury setting up for the throw-in. And Furies don't get a straight ball. It is going to be a scrum advantage for New York. It's going to be just inside the 22, just about the 10-meter mark.
Got some movement here on the sidelines, possible substitution coming in.
Looks like we have a substitution for number 1, Naomi Brindle. And New York is able to recover the ball. New York trying to set up crashes for the play. New York's number 8, Fahy, still trying to crash. Constantly been trying to wear down this DC Furies defense. Big crash by number 23 for New York, and we have a penalty against the Furies, not rolling away on the tackle. New York will be trying to kick the ball into touch. McCarthy getting it just outside the 22-meter line for New York.
New York typically not the biggest team around, so they try to utilize their speed, but Fahy certainly has played a big game today. Been fantastic all around, defensively and on attack.
Jones getting the ball for the line out. Ball is passed out to Fahy, and it is missed. Recovered by number 6, Bethany Baker. And we have a knock-on against the Furies on that play. It'll be a scrum advantage to New York. Lucky break for New York. We have a split backfield. Jessica Berry on the left side for New York. Then we have 5 backers on the right for New York.
Coming up on the 10 minutes remaining point in this match. DC with a comfortable lead.
And New York is just barely able to get the ball off, as it is a knock-on against New York. Furies will recover and get the scrum advantage at the same point, just about the 22-meter mark. Furies setting up for the scrum advantage.
Here New York trying to urge their team on to get something going.
Smith gets the ball out to Rhodes. Rhodes does a dummy out to right and is passed out to number 21, Elska Thielens. Thielens is taken down, and we have a penalty holding the ball in the ruck. New York will have the penalty advantage as they try and set up to kick into touch.
Thielens originally from the Netherlands. Another nation known for their sevens play.
McCarthy gets the ball out, and touch is taken at the 44-meter mark. Check out the dummy and transition to Thielens. Taken down hard.
Just great work by Humphrey to get her to ground. A quick get to her feet, turn around, and put the pressure on.
New York gets the ball out. McCarthy trying to create some space for herself. Taken down immediately. Fahi's trying to roll out, open up a little bit of gap space. I'm sorry, that is number 3, Skylar Neal, opening up some gap space. Allison Lee trying to get it in. It's taken down immediately.
Lee, but another workforce player for this New York side.
Big open play for New York, taking it out into the middle of the field. That is McCarthy trying to show that speed. Still on her feet, maintaining the ball inside the try zone, and we have a knock on against New York on that play. An attempted pass just not going the way that it wanted to, but that was a great play by Mary McCarthy on that. Great, great play.
Go ahead and take a look at this break here by McCarthy. Quick distribution. Again, she just sees the gap and she goes for it, backs herself, sprinting through. New York's known for their speed. McCarthy certainly in addition to it. Furies, good scramble defense. Good effort to tackle her by Marjorie Olney. Saved a certain try.
Smith gets the ball into the scrum. Furies getting good push on the scrum and a little bit of a jump by the New York scrum half. So we got a penalty advantage to the Furies. Aggressive play by New York, just not working out in their favor this time.
Road will elect to take the kick.
And kick is inside New York territory, just out inside the 50-meter mark. We're looking at about the 45-meter mark.
Good effort there by Barry to try to preserve the ball. Be able to go quick with it.
Ellen Danford setting up for the line-out to throw in for the line-out for the Fury.
Danford, a former All-American at Stanford.
And Furies recover the ball. Getting the ball out to number 6, Bethany Baker. Baker taken inside, and we have a coming from the side penalty against the Furies. It'll be New York's ball.
Baker just a little too ahead from her support.
And ball is kicked out. Looks like we had a substitution. Scrum half Emily Smith being substituted for 22 Augusta McGuire. New York will be setting up for a throw-in. That will be Sarah Jones. New York almost loses a try. It is going to be a free kick for New York. Ball's passed out to McCarthy. McCarthy trying to take advantage of the spacing, crashing inside and getting past the 22. New York trying to set up the maul and setting up for this ruck. Ball's passed out to number 24, New York. New York taking it down inside the 15-meter mark. Passed out to Fahi. Fahi trying to crash it through, still on her feet and taken down. Pass out to McCarthy. McCarthy getting it out to Barry. Barry trying to crash it through, still taken down. Picked up by the scrum half as they set up for a maul, and it's still on their feet just about the 5-meter mark. New York trying to hold strong, trying to push through and use good old-fashioned classic power rugby as they maul it in. Maul has been crashed, and it is held up. Furies held the ball. It will be a 5-meter scrum. No, looks like we're going to be taking a penalty advantage and offsides by the Furies on the previous phase.
New York just really working hard to have a nice swarm of support coming in, securing ball when it goes to deck.
Let's go, Barry!
Scrum half gets it out to Neal. Neal taking it back to the scrum half, taking it back inside to Fahi. Fahi doing a quick dump off to McCarthy. McCarthy getting it out to Humphrey. Humphrey trying to cut it inside and is taken down just before the line and is in for the score. Humphrey getting her first score of the day and the first score of the half for New York.
Just a fantastic offload by Fahi to keep the ball moving. Brilliant continuity to McCarthy. McCarthy all day just fantastic in the distribution for Humphrey to get on the board and stay in this game.
Still 5 minutes remaining in this match. Still anybody's game, even with the 14-point lead. Great distribution from the scrum half to Fahahi.
See, just an offload in the tackle to McCarthy. McCarthy, great vision. Seeing Humphrey on the outside. Well-earned try there for New York.
The conversion was not made. Score remains Furies up 27-13 with 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Furies taking their time on the kickoff, trying to let clock run off.
Good decision here by the Furies. Just keep your composure. You got to keep the lead. Make sure you're putting the pressure on. Don't give away any difficult penalties.
New York recovering the ball, taken down just before the 44. Scrum half gets it out to the forward.
Nice, good go forward. Quick ball by New York so far.
Still on their feet, strong legs being held up. Looks like we're setting up for a slight maul. Furies trying to strip that ball out from New York. Maul is still moving forward.
New York committing everything we got to keep this ball moving.
And it is going to be an advantage to the Furies. Maul was stood up. Furies will get the scrum just inside New York territory, just about the 47-meter mark.
Even contest here by both scrums. DC Furies getting a slight advantage.
Furies cutting it inside. Gussie McGuire maintaining possession on the popped out ball in the scrum. Furies still trying to crash it with their forwards, trying to maintain possession as they go into ruck. Looks like New York was able to strip the ball in the ruck. New York's getting the possession of the ball. Fahahi getting the ball out to Barry. Barry trying to cut it inside and is taken down. Ball is a little confusion, taken out. McCarthy trying to cut inside, is tackled immediately. And we have a penalty, not releasing the tackler by Sam Pankey. We have a double scrum, cannot talk to the serves, and the penalty. McCarthy trying to use that advantage, getting it out to Shapiro. Shapiro losing the ball, and Barry trying to catch it before it goes into touch. It will be Fury's ball inside their territory, just outside the 22-meter mark.
McCarthy just doing yeoman's work to keep her team in this game, just really pushing the tempo. You can see it's just been a battle back and forth for both teams, trying to keep the ball on the move so that they can get the Furies on the back foot.
Line out is thrown in, a little bumble, but covered by the Furies. Furies get it inside to Pankey. Pankey taken down that is Wright, Cynthia Wright.
Pankey taking that little cut step and going forward.
We have a penalty against the Furies. New York trying to take the quick out. Cutting it around inside and is taken down at the 5-meter mark. New York trying to struggle it, push it through. New York is trying to utilize these last minutes to cut this score close. New York on their feet trying to maul it in. Furies are giving a great counter maul to prevent the try. And we have the scrum advantage going to the Furies on the knock-on.
Both teams just putting all they got on both sides of the ball. Pivotal scrum here for New York. Furies will put the ball in.
Gussie gets the ball, setting it up in the scrum engagement, and the ball is in. Gussie gets the ball out, and Rhodes kicks. Recovered by recovered by Rosalind. Ball's passed out. New York trying to cut it in. That is McCarthy trying to get it back to the 22 inside Furies territory.
McCarthy, good decision to hang on to the ball there.
New York trying to push it through as number 6, Autumn Newhart, trying to give herself some space. Ball's passed out to Humphrey. Humphrey gets it out to Roslyn. Roslyn trying to cut it inside, trying to use a little bit of a stiff arm, is taken down inside the 22, inside Fury territory. New York trying to crash it through with Fahayi. Ball's picked up, passed out to Jones. Jones is taken down immediately. Ball's passed out and taken down. Fury's trying to create a stiff defense as there is a penalty coming in from the side against the Furies.
McCarthy right on the ball, using all the tools in the toolbox at this stage.
Both teams putting it all on the line right now. And we have a knock-on advantage going to the Furies.
Into injury time at this stage.
Both teams setting up for that scrum.
Great last-ditch effort here by New York to finish it out strong. Fury's looking for a solid scrum here to keep New York out in the last minutes.
New York trying to amp up their team on the field. And we have a free kick for the Furies. Rhodes kicking the ball out into touch. And that is game. What a game for both teams. Strong and powerful offense. Stiff defense. Couldn't ask for a better game.
See, DC Furies just did really well to thwart this last-ditch effort. A lot of go-forward movement by New York, but just not enough for the attacking prowess of the DC Furies.
Looks like New York will be playing in the spring, trying to fight for their spot on the Women's Premier League. This was a game neither team should be upset with the way they played. They put everything on the line, and that's all you could ask for in any rugby match whatsoever.
Credit to Furies for just sticking to their game plan, doing a great job of switching fields when they needed to, spreading out, making that New York defense work. They really earned the points when they got them. Just fantastic technical work by Rhodes. Her kicking game was on point all day. Here, a lot of support here for this New York team. Both sides, just fantastic rugby early. You had a great way to kick off this day here. The 2014 Fly Emirates USA Rugby WPL National Championship. See Pankey striking through here. Been such a solid player all day for this Fury side. Here's just McCarthy, absolutely excellent. Great field vision, sweeping upfield, showing a bit of pace here in this sequence. But Fury's just never giving up defensively. Here was this great offload by Fahy, who's just been a monster all game. Just fantastic effort by her. Great work by Humphrey, good leg drive. Score that try. We're going to go down to Dallin here. Who's going to talk to the man of the match, Sam Pankey.
The rugby fans, I'm here on the field with Sam Pankey from the DC Furies. New York came back at you guys, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they definitely did. It was very, New York's a scrappy team. They play hard, they play aggressive, and it was just, as you can see, it was an aggressive game, so yeah.
It was. What did you guys do very well in the first half to put them away?
I think we were a little bit more composed in the first half, and coming out at the beginning of the second half too. We lost a little bit at times, our composure, and we lost a little bit of focus, and I think that's what allowed them to get on the scoreboard.
What was it like playing in the WPL with a lot of fans watching online today?
Oh, it's so much fun. You know, this is I've never played in a national tournament. This is my first year, and this is a lot of fun. And I actually missed Friday, so I'm really sad about that too. So.
Well, awesome. Rugby fans, that's Sam Pankey. Congrats on the game today. Stay with us. We're going to be right back with the next clash. The San Diego Surfers are going to take on Orsu, and that is going to be another cliffhanger. So stay with us, rugby fans.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.